Hello and welcome to 5-Minute Math. Today we are looking at the 8th grade concept of identifying proportional and non-proportional functions. This is standard 8.5H in the great state of Texas, and we are using item number 11, which is a new item type called table match of the redesign practice online STAAR test. If you haven't done so already, please go ahead and take a moment to pause the video, work this problem out on your own, unpause it, and we will look at our answers together. So table match here, you have to select one per row. You notice I cannot select either proportional and non-proportional in the same row, so I have to select either one. And if I try to select only 3, it is going to say that there is an error. I have not answered everything. They want you to select all 4 rows, an option in each. So we're looking here at whether each situation is proportional or non-proportional. All right, so let's see if we can kind of picture what those are. So proportional is going to be a situation in which we have direct variation. So when we think of that as an equation, it's y equals kx. So you've got your x, which is your independent variable, gets multiplied by k, boom, you've got your dependent variable y. And if you were to graph it, it would always go through the origin. So that's what a proportional situation looks like. It's going to be y equals kx, and you're going to have something that goes through the origin if you were to graph it. Now, on the other hand, we've got a non-proportional relationship, so that's going to look like slope-intercept. And so when we're dealing with that, there's going to be a little bit something extra on the side. We get y equals mx, right? So you get your x, your independent variable, multiplied by m, the slope. You get the y, but before that happens, you got to get the plus b. That's the y-intercept. So that knocks it off the origin. So if you were to graph it, it's going to look like this, right? It's going to go through the y-axis, but not at the origin. So how do we recognize those in problem situations? Well, we look to see whether it's real simple, dependent, independent variable, or whether they throw in something extra. So let's look at this first one right here. The total number of text messages sent if 4 were already sent and 6 messages were sent per day. All right, so I'm just going to use y equals, right? So y is the total number. And we've got 6 messages sent per day, so there's my rate. That per gives me the rate, so 6 per day. But look at this, if 4 were already sent. So there's my y-intercept. So that's going to be non-proportional because that 4 is going to, that plus 4 is going to knock it off. So that's non-proportional. So let's see if we can put that right there because it looks like slope-intercept. All right, let's see the second row here. The number of characters in a text message, that's going to be y, equals, if each word contains 6 characters. Okay, so each word. So there's your rate. So 6 characters, number of characters is going to be x, but there's nothing extra there. So y equals 6x, that looks like a direct variation. So we're going to get proportional. All right, so there's nothing extra there like that 4 were already sent. Let's check the third one here. The number of minutes it takes, all right, so that's going to be my y, to enter a text message at 50 characters per minute. Okay, so 50 characters per, that's my unit rate, so 50x, x will be the number of minutes. And you notice there's nothing extra. There's no 6 were already sent or 4 were already sent, so that's also going to be proportional. Final one. The time it takes to send a text message if it takes 30 seconds to open the app and the sender enters 1 character per second. So here's my rate, 1 character per second. So y equals, I could do 1x, but really it's just x. But look at this. It takes 30 seconds to open the app, so there's your y-intercept. So there's just your randomness that's thrown in there. So that's going to be non-proportional because that 30 seconds only happens once. And that is our answer.